The Book of Deuteronomy. The Book of Deuteronomy is the final book of the Torah. It summarizes the entire journey of Israel. Now let's get started. Deuteronomy in Hebrew is Debarim, which translates to "these are the words." Deuteronomy is seen as a second statement to the laws given to Israel, a summary of all that the Father commanded them. As Israel is about to inherit the Promised Land, Moses wants to have one last huddle and reminder so that they may go into the Promised Land with a good start. Deuteronomy can be divided into three main parts. The first part is chapters 1 through 11. Here we see Moses speaking to the tribes, telling this young generation of believers how it all began from Egypt till their present day. He is constantly reminding them of the Father's desire for them, and that is this: Deuteronomy 6, verse 4 through 6. Hear, O Israel, Yahweh our Elohim is one. You shall love Yahweh your Elohim with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your strength. And these words which I command you today shall be in your heart. To hear and obey the Torah is how to love the Father. To love the Father is to hear and obey the Torah. That is all that the Father desires of us. The second part of Deuteronomy is chapters 12 through 26. This is where Moses expounds on the commandments and has a review of each law for this young generation of Israel. Moses concludes these explanations by saying this in Deuteronomy 26, verse 16. Today Yahweh your Elohim is commanding you to do these laws and right rulings, and you shall guard and do them with all your heart and with all your being. The final section of Deuteronomy is chapters 27 through 34. He mentions the consequences of obedience versus disobedience to the Torah. You're blessed for obeying and cursed for disobeying. Deuteronomy 30, verse 19. I call heaven and earth to witness against you today, that I have set before you life and death, the blessing and the curse. So choose life in order that you may live, you and your descendants. Moses told them that it's their choice in their life to choose to obey or disobey the Father. But if you choose to disobey, you will be cursed. If you choose to obey, you will be blessed. It's that simple. Yeshua quoted these commandments found in this book, so we know that being a follower of Yeshua is to follow the commandments in the Torah. Moses finished up his instructions for Israel and took his last breath and saw the Promised Land from afar. The story continues in the book of Joshua, but from here on out, the instructions and guidelines known as Torah has been completed and summarized. Pay close attention to what happens to Israel in the rest of the Bible as they make decisions to disobey the Torah and what happens when they choose to obey the Torah. I hope this 5-video series gives you a clear understanding of the Torah, and you may now go into the books with clarity and understanding with what the Father wants from us. Deuteronomy 6:5. And you shall love Yahweh your Elohim with all your heart, and with all your being, and with all your might. Thank you.